low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go, go.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. And we're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got a lot of news to talk about tonight, but we have a very special guest. He's part of the fam. He's the man, and he's got little baby otters in trail, baby. I'm bringing him up. Our dude, AlexOCrypto. How you doing, my dude?
What is going on, man? I got two berries there, man. That's the best intro in all of crypto. I was like dancing. It's late, but I was already dancing to that song, man. Thanks for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Like you said, man, it is always a pleasure. We always have a good time. It's always good vibes here. So hey, I see that light. Now I can see that beautiful face.
I got
There it is.
I got some of that nightcap, serum for the face. I got the fresh cut. I'm definitely invested now. I'm trying to keep up with appearances.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we are releasing our skincare product, here soon. We're gonna call that I don't know, Skin by Piper. Skin by Piper.
Why don't they let us know what we should call it? It's gonna get bad.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna get weird quick. Oh man. Oh, I still have FD on there. Hold up. Let me fix
That's
this.
okay. I can identify as FD way. I don't have as much alpha, but I try my best.
I got you, dog. I got you. Retro Mike, that ain't gonna do it either, but don't you worry. I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna fix you, man. This is gonna happen. If I can let me see. Oh man,
Tell
I
me a name
slipped.
tag. You ever do that? I worked at McDonald's once, and we used to swap name tags when new managers came into work and stuff. So they'd be like calling me George all day, and it was just a hoot and a holler, man, back in the day.
Here we go. Boom. AlexOCrypto.
Let's
Let's go. I can do it on the fly, baby. TradeFly. Let's do it.
That's
All right.
it.
So, what's going on, man? One, tell me what's going on in AlexO's life right now. How is the baby? How is the fam? And being a dad, dude, I want to hear about it.
Oh, like it's funny how people are like, you won't sleep, and they're like, absolutely true. Like it's no joke. But what's real is like that extra gear you get when you become a father, right? It's just like you just get on with it, right? And even no matter how much you're screaming and crying or whatever it is, it's more they're just like a bundle of joy that you really can't get mad at. It's quite amazing. And like I'm underslept, all of that stuff, and yet I still I love doing it. It has shown me what I love doing, right? And that's trading. That's coming on shows like this. Like it's 8:30. Our boy just fed and all that stuff, and like dinner, and like you create a new routine, and it's like your life can adjust, right? And I think it's so amazing to see like that next gear that I've found. And it's been amazing. I've gotten married. I've had a child in the last like 2 months, so it's just like a lot. But you know what? It's all par for the course.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man, we are so very happy for you and glad everything is doing well. Let's go over to the chat, see who we got in here. I can see that thing is popping already. So let me scroll up here. It looks like the list is long and distinguished, but we're gonna start it off here. Redman, how you doing? Wick 589, Trade Intuition in the house. Joe, go check out his channel. Redman's in here, and Alexandra G, best mind in the house, and then old faithful Mark Dutch. I know it's past your bedtime, brother, but thank you for being here. Luke Zaldania, how you doing? Throwing up the otters. My man, the bio's in here. What's up, dude? How are you? I know you guys are going to be doing it big with AlexOCrypto here this evening, so we will push everyone over to Billy Goat Tales later on. My man, FD, he can type, but he can't talk. What's up, dude? I hope you're feeling better. Michael Kilo, how you doing? What's up? And then Wix Wife Fine 89. The dynamic duo is in the house. I love it. Crypto Mars in here. How you doing? And scrolling. Adam D, what's up? How you doing? Let's see. He's got a raccoon in there. What is? Was that supposed to be an otter, or am I the raccoon?
I
What's
think
going on?
maybe a crossbreed or breed or something. I don't know
I
what's
don't
going
know.
on there,
All right,
man.
right
Trash
on.
panda, we call them here.
Right on, right on. All right, STL Coin, how you doing? More money, I like that. More money, how you doing? Let's see. BC Pork what's up? Laka Chan, how you doing? Michael Kilo, how's it going? And Redman, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. I know you guys got a show to prep for. Amy Lives Crypto's in the house. C90 for the win. Goodness gracious, this list is going tonight. Let's go. I think I'm almost there. We're good. All right, that's all of them. That's all of them. Man, thank you guys for being here.
Unreal.
We appreciate you very, very much. All right, so let's go ahead and start it off. We're going to get into some of the news tonight, and then we'll talk about it. And I know what you guys are really waiting for when AlexOCrypto's in the house. Y'all want those charts. We're going to get there, though. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right, first up, we got Singapore's largest bank, DBS, is going to launch the Bitcoin and Ethereum options trading. All right, so that's good. That's bullish. That's more adoption. So we're looking for that. And then next up, we got on Cointelegraph, a self-custody asset grows globally. Self-custody assets grow globally, so does the need for stable coins. So the reason I brought this up, because I am very interested in hearing what you guys use as a stable coin, whether it's USDT or USDC or maybe even an alternate. So I want to see that in the chat. Let me know. We'll kind of talk about those. I personally, I do use USDT when I have to, but when I am given the option, I actually default to USDC. There's a little bit more in my mind of we'll say screening. They actually do some audits and stuff with USDC. They do claim to be one for one back. Now, it is a combination. Don't think that it's just, to the dollar. There's other things that they have in there, that they use as a backing for USDC. But that for me makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. It's also backed by Coinbase, so they're in bed together. So there's a few things there. There's more regulatory, I'll say, framework for USDC than there is for USDT. I don't know if you guys ever watched that one video when Ben went down to, I guess, the USDT headquarters, and there was no one there. It was like a ghost town. So it was very interesting. It doesn't mean everything for me because USDT obviously has worked for a very long time. But Alex, let's hear it from you, man. What is your preference if you had a choice?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. So like really as a trader, you're pretty much forced into a corner with USDT on most exchanges, and that's just apparent, right? Like you need to convert over. However, when I am actually realizing profits or cashing out in Canada, I have to do it through USDC because that's the only stable coin that is recognized as a stable coin on Canadian exchanges. It's actually really weird. So like you're better off like in Canada, like if I want to move money onto an exchange, you're better off buying Bitcoin or whatever other asset and then shifting it over onto that and then exchanging it into USDT, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. So I use both because obviously I trade quite oftenly with USDT mostly, and then realizing those profits and shipping it back over into the Canadian exchanges, it's typically over to USDC. So I use both, but like you said, people are saying that USDC is more safe. Really, what is so safe? You see Terra Luna with their stable coin and what happened there. It's all risky, right? So backed or not, I think you go with the one where you can change it into fiat. And I know you're a big component of it, taking profits and turning it into actual dollars, right? And
Oh yeah.
I think I've always praised you for that.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. And so, if you guys don't know kind of the game I like to play with that, I'll let you in on that. So, on Coinbase, one of the things that you need to do is read the terms of service. And when you read the terms of service, you will see that when you convert it back to USD, that is actually backed. So, there's insurance because that money is kept at different financial institutions. There used to be about 7 of them, and they did have the list of what those institutions were. Obviously, you'll have to play that game because if those go down, that could be an issue as well. But it should be federally insured, right? So that's kind of the game I play. And the reason where I learned that was Voyager. When Voyager went down and people had money in USD, they got reimbursed almost immediately. They were the first ones to get reimbursed. Now, everyone else had to play the incremental game of like they got a chunk back of about 30%. That hurts your heart. And then later on, they sent another payout that probably upped it up to maybe like 40 or 50%. So, that's just one of the reasons. That was kind of one of the things that influenced me to do it that way. Now, I do pay in fees, but, I was mostly trading at the time. That being said, I have changed up a little bit. And so now I actually need to make a change to cold storage because I've changed my method. And what I'm starting to do now is actually um, dollar cost average into Bitcoin. I just believe in Bitcoin, right? And I think it's here to stay. I'm now comfortable with it. I wasn't comfortable with it before, and I'll be very transparent. I was in this game to make money and just trade. Now I see that the presidential candidates are saying, hey, like we were going to have policies in place. There's going to be regulations for it. It's here to stay. And BlackRock's in the game now. And before BlackRock was in the game, that's when I was mostly just trading. Now that all that is kind of in place, it's really changed my mindset. And now I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with holding this asset like it is a traditional investment. Therefore, I can DCA in. But now it's a matter of putting it on cold storage, right? Because you don't want to leave that stuff exposed to an exchange because you never know what's going to happen. So that is my 2 cents on that. Alex, so you got anything to add to that one?
No, I agree with that. Like, I mean, absolutely. Like, we're insured up to like $200,000 in Canadian things if it's held in Canadian dollars as well, or in like Canadian approved stocks or whatever, right? Crypto's there's a whole nother legal thing. Like you get when you start buying crypto on a Canadian exchange. It's like this is risky. Have you invested for 5 years or more? Like it's like extensive, and I can see why because obviously people come in here to the casino, they buy Pepe, and then they buy the tops, right? So I think it's also the government's job, I guess, to protect the new investor, right? They see this flashy new kind of coin and they want to get rich quick, and that's not realistic. And I also agree with holding Bitcoin on cold storage on multiple ledgers and hiding your seed phrase from everyone. So
Yeah.
I agree with all your points, man. That's massive.
You're going to write it on the
You sound a
inside of
bit
a
like you
diaper?
talked to Michael Saylor lately, though, man. You sound pretty maxi. I don't know.
I'm
You
trending. I'm trending in that
yeah,
direction. I'm not going to lie. I
bro. I
mean,
like it, man.
yeah. So you guys can welcome me to the family now. All right, let's get on to the next piece of news here. And let's see. This one's gonna be pretty quick. And look, I still got FD White up. Let's fix you again here. We got different angles. Let's see. Guest. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
There's no we're leaving all Diddy jokes out of the
All
conversation
right,
tonight,
now you're
correct?
Blackie Chan. So we're
All
gonna fix
right.
that one now. Here we go. You can see all the guests that we've had on at this point. So it's so
Oh
funny.
man.
But again, we're doing it live, baby. Doing it live. Let's see. Let's see if this centers up somewhat. Good enough for government work,
Yeah,
baby.
look at
Let's
that.
go. All right.
That's
Alex O's in
beautiful,
the
man. You're
house.
an artist, man.
There it is. There it is. Quick fix. All right. Just in, BlackRock and Microsoft to launch 30 billion artificial intelligence investment fund. All right. So we talked a little bit about Microsoft on the morning show, right? Because they're doing a buyback. So this is like 2 pieces, I'll say, of kind of bullish news for Microsoft, even though we're kind of going into, we'll say, sketchy economic times. But, I just wanted to point this one out. We don't have to really have much of a topic of conversation on it, but this, right? BlackRock is essentially joining forces with Microsoft. What else do I have to say? All right. Anything BlackRock touches usually is going to be profitable. They're not in the game of getting into things that don't make financial sense for themselves. So that's what I'll say with that. I'll leave it alone, but I would say do a little research on it, right? And see what could come from this. But everybody seems to be kind of buying into that AI narrative. and it's obviously just here to stay at this point. I mean, Nvidia, a lot of their stock, I would say, is based on speculation of AI. Like, I don't even really see the whole tangible thing that they are providing time now to make their stock worth what it is. But in due time, it could get there, right? But that's I think it's a very speculative play. Personally, that's just myself. But it is time. You know who we're bringing up? The man, Elmer Fudd. Sound the siren. Let's go. All right, so you guys know what is coming here soon, and we are looking at the, are we gonna get a rate cut? Like, is this actually going to happen? And the thing is, we were talking about this on the morning show as well. It was like, this is the most uncertain we have been going into one of these meetings, because we don't know, is it going to be a 25 or a 50? There's people calling for 75, Elizabeth Warren, and then Citibank was calling for a 1.25. So like, it's kind of crazy going into this. Now, my thought process on it is that, Papa Powell has a trend, right? His trend is 0.25. That's kind of what we've seen. And he says, like, he doesn't want to make extreme decisions or, have a big impact on the market or the economy in a very like short amount of time. But there's a lot of people, I think it's almost locked in at this point, that they're saying it might be a 50. So, Alex, what are you thinking? 25 or 50? I'm going with 25
Uh,
personally.
I'm
Or
I'm
do
in
you
the
not
50
care?
club, man.
You're in the 50
I'm in the
club? All
50.
right. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
All right.
It's for me, it's like rip the band-aid off, right? So like when we look at like how they hiked, right? Like how they came up, right? So I was looking at that the other day, and it's like they went 50, 50, 75, 75, 75, 50, and then they went 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, right? So they ripped the band-aid off, they went again, and then they went big, big, and then small, small, small. So like if I'm thinking like you rip the band-aid off and you start like, it's really easy to go to 2.5 after 50, right? It's really hard to go to 50 after 2.5. That's my thinking. And that's the only like knowledge I'm putting behind it, because I don't really care. I love volatility and I'll make money either way.
So, I
Right.
mean,
So,
here's a question for you. Are you going to trade tomorrow?
oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
I'll
going to
be
jump all
live. I'll
over
be
that, huh?
trading that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
All right. Hey, Wick589, he just gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and see what he has to say. Can't talk about USDT without talking about old UST. Yep, that's a painful subject for a lot of people. And the depegging. Let's see. Yes, depegging S with a capital S of yesterday's bear, and that was USDC. So yeah, man. I mean, but that was different. That was an algorithmic stable coin. And so USDT and USDC, those are not, right? Those are more traditional. So there was a lot of people that warned Terra Luna that, hey, like this is a really, really bad idea to create an algorithmic stablecoin, and obviously it blew up in their face. So yeah, it did definitely lose a lot of people money. It should have got me a lot of money. I actually played a short on Terra Luna that got closed out by
No
KuCoin.
way.
Yeah, that was a $100,000 trade.
That sounds like some GameStop stuff.
It was $100,000 trade, and they closed my trade out because of I think it was liquidity or something like that. I can't remember what BS reason. But yeah, I would have made six figures on a trade.
Wow.
Yeah, let that sink in. So uh
Uh,
I left KuCoin, which I really loved back in the day. Not gonna lie,
man, they had
man.
a lot of good altcoins, man. A lot of good access to
Yeah,
altcoins.
that was my jam. What you doing over here, man? What you doing? Leaving super chats, crazy man. All right.
Oh, I'm just participating. We're trying. Did you read it?
I'm
I'm
reading it
just
right
trying to
now.
make this.
All right. You want to read your super chat? I'll let you read your super chat.
Show, man. I'm here to participate, man.
Oh man, you're a trip. We need to make this show more profitable than the morning show. Love this show. uh oh no. Uh-oh. Wick 589 TradeFly. I'm like secondhand pissed. Oh, you're talking about my trade? Yeah, that that one hurt. I was like watching it on my phone. I was like, oh
Yeah, those definitely hurt,
my
man.
God.
Because it wasn't
Like,
even like your fault. Yeah, you're
yeah, I
right.
was just like, this is the greatest trade of my life. Gone. Like, is what it is. Well, Alex, thank you for the super chat, my friend.
Of course.
And Piper, sorry, dude. Sorry, man. We're taking over. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Cool. Let's see. Let's get into the market pulse. Let's do that. First thing we're
Awesome.
going to talk about here is going to be if it actually goes, which it is not. Why would it? But that's okay. I can do it this way. Market pulse duo. Boom. You're FD white again? This is unfortunate. We're going to fix you.
Okay.
AlexOCrypto, let's
Oh,
go.
look at
All
that.
right.
You're quick on it now, man. The
Well,
experience is showing.
yeah, well, I've had a little bit of practice just on this show. All right, so market cap is sitting at 2.1 trillion. That's up 2.11%. That's a nice move for market cap. 24-hour trading volume is up 7.24% at 87.2 billion. Bitcoin dominance is at 55%. I think this one is a little off because when you go over to the one on TradingView, that was up at like, I want to say like 58% this morning. So we'll have to go back and check that out because there's no way it can be up 0.95% and be below what the actual Bitcoin dominance is. So interesting. Wonder where they get that number from. Crypto fear and greed index is currently sitting at 45, which is fear. That's a nice little jump up. It was at 33. And let's get over to the economic calendar real quick because that has been a big topic of discussion. You got building permits, Fed interest rate decision. That is a biggie. FOMC economic projections and Fed press conference. So you're going to see or hear old Papa Powell, Sharp Powell, talk a little bit tomorrow. And I think that is where traditionally you see that volatility. You will see it with the interest rate decision, but more so with the conference, you're going to see just it going up and down as takes a stance, whether he's dovish or hawkish, or even if he slips up and says something silly. So pay attention to that. Let's go over to the bubbles, and I like green. There is lots of green up here. We got Celestia that's at 13.9%. Tau, is that right? Bittinzer. There
Tensor,
you
yeah.
go, 13.9%. So he's up 14.6%. IMX, not as familiar. Immutable, 13.8%. Beams up 7.4%. Injectives up 9%. So I mean, got a lot of good movers here right now. Let's see if anybody's taken much of a hit. Not really. It's all pretty small. I mean, the biggest one is 2.4%. Now, this is the Coinbase Top 100, just so you guys know. So that's the only thing that's listed on here right now. So not too many of the crazy meme tokens. But let's go ahead and scroll down and look at your top coins by market cap. Of course, Bitcoin is at number one. That's at 60,263. Over the day, it is up 4.2%. Over the week, it is up 5.7%. Ethereum is currently sitting at 2,324, and that is up 1.9% over the day and down 1.2% for the week. Very, very interesting to see Ethereum still just kind of taking the hit. It is not keeping up. I'll be fully transparent with you. The traditional things that we see or what we have seen with Ethereum and Bitcoin, that correlation, that Ethereum, after Bitcoin makes its move, starts to outperform Bitcoin. And with that ETF approval, I really did think that Ethereum would make a move back at least over 3K. And we have not really seen much of that. It's kind of crazy. And you know, I wish I could say I understand why exactly. This is speculation. I kind of think that it has a little bit to do with there's just other alternatives that are faster, that are cheaper. And, you know, the NFT craze is not there anymore that we once had. Remember, that was just like clogging up the network, and you had to really have Ethereum to trade a lot of those NFTs. That's kind of gone. It's kind of just, you know, it's not what it used to be. I mean, some people are still trading them a little bit, but if you look on average, things like the Ape Yacht Club is down like 30 to 40%. Some of them, you know, even more than that, you know, at their highs. So if you want to get into a Bored Ape, I guess this is the time, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's a digital picture. I don't know. And just my thing. But anyways, let's see what we got. Solana. that is currently at 131. That seems to, it's kind of, I don't know, kind of consolidating in that area, 128 to 131. I'm seeing it there a lot recently. And there you go. That makes sense. 0.14% over the day and minus 2% on the week. So not moving too much there. And if I remember correctly, we are at some resistance, but we'll look at that on the chart potentially. So XRP sitting there between 50 and 60 cents. That's what XRP does, man. It is the new stable coin. It is down 0.04% over the day and up 8.8% over the week. So I did have that little move up, but now it seems to be settling out here. So Dogecoin at 10 cents, we're back. I guess Dogecoin is back now. It's up 1.3% for the day, down 1.5% for 7 days. Toncoin, we have been talking about that. We talked about that quite a bit when it was under $5. That was something that we were pointing out quite a bit here on this show. It's up 0.86% over the day and up 2.2% for the week. And Tron is holding steady at number 10 at 15 cents. Let's see, Cardano at 11 at 33 cents. AVAX at 12 at 23.71 cents. So any movers? We got Bitcoin Cash. That's up one spot. That's overtaken Polkadot. Polkadot. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought Polkadot was gonna do okay. I really did. It's not though, but we'll see. They're still in the game. I know that they just sponsored a soccer team. I want to say it might be the one down. Is it Miami, or is it one of the bigger European clubs? I can't remember. I saw it on somebody's jersey, which was interesting.
I have no clue. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. You're a sports guy. You play sports.
I'm a
right?
big sports guy, but football is not the main sport that I watch. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we called soccer by its appropriate name. I respect that. All right.
My wife's
Noted.
British. I
Fair
get in
enough.
trouble if I don't.
Fair enough. I play soccer. I actually played soccer in college. So that's why I'm
It's a lot of running.
thin. It is a lot of running. Yeah. I was outside mid, if anybody's curious. So even more running. All right. So cool. Let's see.
I love it.
Liquidation heat map. Let's go ahead and refresh that. We were looking for this liquidity to get cleared out. We were talking about that on the morning show, so you can go back 6:30 my time, right? So 6:30 my time, which is going to be 9:30 Eastern Standard. We were talking about this. I said, hey, trend is going up and right. The closest alligator to the boat is this liquidity right here, and it grabbed it. I mean, look, we got all the way up to about 61. I was saying about 60,700 was where I thought we needed to get up to at least. And then there's an area of resistance on top of it. So you take this liquidation heat map and then you tie it into the charts. And when we do that, I'm going to keep this quick. So I'm going to give it to AlexO because I want him to just crush you guys with TA. But if you go on the daily here, you can see you had a falling wedge here. You have this trend line that's going down and right, and you have the dynamic reactor all in this area, right? So it was clear confluence with resistance, but I thought that there was an opportunity to come up there and clear out that liquidity. And that's, dude, I'm telling you, I see this, it's playing out over and over and over again. Like, I need to trade this more because when you see a trend tied in with liquidity and then you find an area of support and resistance, dude, it is crushing. Like, and I need to kind of take a journal of it because that's, probably the smart thing to do, to be like, okay, how many times when I see this and I say, that's probably going to happen, does it actually happen? And then I can go back and be like, maybe this is actually a trading strategy in itself. Just looking for a trend on the liquidity heat map and then looking for that liquidity and seeing what's closer. And then, finding that support or resistance lever to tie into my out, like where I'm going to get out of the trade. Because I just feel like I keep seeing it over and over again. I keep saying like, dang, there it went. There it did it again. So, all right, pretty clear resistance there. We'll say at about 60,800. It did get up as high as about 61. But this, you got to get through this, right? So you would like it to get on top. Like we always talk about the OC retest, getting on top of that area, doing a little retest and then looking for that move up. You can see that you do have a horizontal level of resistance as well as the 200 SMA on the daily, significant area. Okay. So the reason I talk to that one is because it is significant. A lot of times you will find resistance here at this area, which is a 200 SMA. Okay. So that is sitting at about 64. So you got two things right here, and it's a range. All right. It's not super tight, but it's only $1,000 difference, right? So not not that much. So if it does ultimately move up, I do expect to find some resistance here. All right. So that's another area where I would look for price action to probably reject initially before we could see any move through it. Now, when I'm looking at the chart here, or coming down to the oscillator, that's looking pretty decent on the daily. It does look like the True 7 starting to come in play as well. But let's go over to the 4 hour and see what we're seeing there. And again, I'm going to keep this relatively quick and see if me and Alexo are singing to the same music. All right, so Chart Prime made a nice little channel for you there. There was a breakout, and then that's the smart target. However, you got a little trend that's down here that really it formed off of this. So this trend line wasn't here before this price action actually happened, just so you're aware. So this is a new trend line, and that's based on this price action, right? So it came down, and then it found support there, and it's like, okay, trend line. So where are we at right now? That's kind of tough, man. If you're taking the daily and you're looking at that, you're at resistance. Here, if you were looking at it, you would want it to get over top of somewhere in about 61K is probably what I would like to see. But I don't know. I mean, on the 4 hour, you're over everything. Like you're over the channel, you're over the moving average, the 200 on the 4 hour, you're over the dynamic reactor. So there's a little bit of a conflict there for me when I'm trying to kind of look at that, because you've basically regressed to the mean. You've fallen back into the channel, and now it looks like it wants to use that as support. So a little bit of contradictory there, and that would make me feel a little uncomfortable with getting into a trade. Honestly, you do have a reversal on the 4 hour. You see this is starting to bend over as well. The prime oscillator, so which is basically RSI based. So that's starting to bend over. Yeah, that's kind of tough in terms of whether I would get in. I probably wouldn't get into a trade there. I'd probably be more likely to look at the daily and would have played, which I didn't, for full transparency, the short off of this area here. But it's holding up. So, you know, if you're looking at support, if it does fall down, I'm not going to really give you guys a prediction on which way I think this is going, because we're just kind of in the middle of a lot of junk. This is one of those times where, you guys hear me say, just let the price come to you. For me personally, that's what I'm going to do in this case, right? So I would still look at this area for support right here at about 55.1 or so, right? You can see that's been holding up pretty well. And that's just that channel that I've talked about a few times that goes back quite some time. I would say a couple of years actually. So I would look at that. We still haven't had a weekly close underneath of it, which lets me know that it is a significant area of price action. I would look for it to come down here. So that would be what I would wait for. Is an opportunity if we do kind of break down. When you see this trend, not reverse, but if you see that continue down this trend line right here, then you could look for a breakdown in price, and you might be able to take a short off of this. But what I think I'm seeing, on the, what is this, the daily, is kind of like a descending triangle. All right. And I talked about this a little bit on the morning show. You got lower highs here. So it's showing you downward pressure. You're seeing this, it's coming down, boom, coming down, boom. I mean, I don't know. I would probably look for that ultimately, but see, that's when this is when you get in that weird area of you're in resistance. Like either you want to see it go ahead and take this arrow, like the arrow, you want to break out, retest, and look for the continuation, or the breakdown. So like it's really hard sometimes when you're really just at a level to be like, okay, I don't know which way we're going. So that is why I take the approach of like, let's just let the price come to me. All right, let's let it break out or see this retest. So there's two things you look for. You look for the retest, or you look for it to actually intercept or actually interact with this 200-day SMA. And then you could look at potentially taking a short opportunity there. But again, there's going to be a lot of volatility tomorrow. So I would say be careful of that. I'm going to turn it over to Alex. So one of the things I will ask you, Alex, if you were going to play tomorrow, all right, if you're
Yeah.
looking at that tomorrow, what kind of time frames would you be looking at? Would you be looking at lower time frames to find those like
Oh
small
yeah.
breakouts?
Well, top-down analysis always key
Yeah.
areas of where you're looking to go, but yeah, you be in and out really quickly, and it's that's what you have to be doing right now. That's the only way to trade this market, the way the current environment is. So
Right on.
I agree.
All
Let
right.
me ask you this: so are you both? Because I know Piper seems a bit bearish lately. and I listen every morning. I'm listening, and then you seem a little bit bullish lately. So does FD White. OC seems kind of neutral. What are you thinking? Are you thinking we're gonna pump? Are we gonna break up, or are we gonna break down? Like, I'm just curious.
So I'm way less bearish than Piper is. Okay,
Okay.
he's bearish based on economic factors, which is legit, right? To incorporate all of
Yeah.
that, but that's not necessarily a short-term thing. That is something that's going to play out over a period of time. So if you're taking a large like swing trade, or if you're like, hey, like I'm getting at very specific levels like Piper did, like once it entered that range, he was like, okay, it's time for me to enter the market, deploy a lot of capital into this market. And then once we set an all-time high, which we did, then you got to start looking at like, what is my exit strategy here? When do I start taking some of these profits, which I think is part of his mindset? And you're seeing that reversal in the economy, right? So we were pumping. 2023 was a bull market round and round, right? It was a bull market for crypto. It was a bull market for stocks. We saw new highs for S&P. We saw new highs for the NASDAQ. But with new all-time highs, a lot of times comes pullbacks. So I think you're starting to see that. You're starting to hear the word recession again. So very interesting, to hear that part of it. So like, I think what he's doing is probably the smart play. It's just like, hey, economic factors are deteriorating. I have a large amount of profit, and then you got to pay yourself. And that is the one thing that I think a lot of people have the biggest struggle with is they round trip stuff. Like they'll take it from the bottom, they'll take it all the way up, and they'll take it all the way back to the bottom, and then they're back to
Hmm.
to where they started. And sometimes it's even worse because they took a speculative play and a low cap or a meme coin, and they round trip those as well. So I think what he's doing is very smart, but he's definitely one of the smarter people I know when he talks about the economy and really understanding the fundamentals there. He's definitely, I give him more credit there. Like he's definitely smarter than I am with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when I'm just looking at the charts, like I'm not super bearish looking at the charts because the channel, like I said, the trend is your friend till the end. Until we lose that
I
channel,
agree.
then I'm not giving up. We lose that channel, we close a weekly candle underneath of that channel, then I'm like, all right, now we got to start reevaluating here. Are we now have we officially flipped the trend? Are we headed in a new direction? And that's when I'll probably flip more bearish.
I like that. I like that. I'm pretty bullish. I'm getting pretty bullish, man.
Dude,
I'm
I
I'm
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 not I'm
I'm
with
pretty
you.
bullish right now, man.
And I'm with you for, I don't know if it's the same reason or not, but I
I got so
going
much charts for you. Like, you'll see. I'm gonna cater my charts to the bullishness for you tonight, just
all
for
right.
you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. So Alexo is bullish. I would say what makes me bullish is all the institutional investment, the
Hmm.
regulatory framework that is being proposed, the presidential candidates both supporting crypto. Like
Hmm.
it's here to stay. And I kind of talked about that earlier in the show. That makes me
Yeah.
bullish. And that's what I've been waiting for. And now, like I said, now that we have that, that's why I've said I'm just going to DCA and I don't even care. I don't care anymore.
Hmm.
I'm going to watch it kind of go up and down with Bitcoin, like because my thought process is where is Bitcoin going to be in 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. Time horizons, everything.
And when I think about that, Bitcoin will be at a higher price point than it is right now.
Ab-
I feel
Absolutely.
comfortable. I feel comfortable in saying that. So that's why I'm DCAing. Now,
I
if I
love
can buy
that.
a house with it later on, maybe I will, you know?
You probably won't want to, rather on the Bitcoin
Yeah,
and
we'll
borrow
see.
against your Bitcoin.
We'll see, man. I mean, BlackRock has even come out and said it might be a hedge against all of the nonsense that's about to happen.
Yep. That's it.
So,
It's gonna be a fun one, man.
yeah, I'm all about. We'll be out there playing golf in our new golf carts, baby. Win golf cart. Let's do it.
That's it, man. Win golf carts.
You know it.
That's
You
gonna be
know it.
great.
All right, man. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let you chart it up here. I'm probably gonna have to fix your name again, but we got
It's
this.
okay. I like I like the
There
name
you are.
fix.
There you are.
Okay, I got a bunch of things for you. So first, this is my like time horizon thing, right? So right now we have had our ETF, our Bitcoin halving our ETH ETFs. Okay, we're still in this accumulation, I would say, right? 1, 2, 3 accumulation. It's looking bullish. Okay, we got rate cuts coming. We have U.S. election, and then we have time horizon, which tells us after a halving, 40 to 80 weeks after is when we pump. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Now, what's really interesting is I don't know if you follow this. Okay, and we can get our OC tinfoil hats out if we want to, but tomorrow is going to be a bullish moon. Okay, again, tinfoil hats out, but
Nah, that
this
thing
is
hits.
Eric Crown.
That thing hits.
Eric Crown, 67%. This thing hits. Okay. 2 days
Mm-hmm.
after you pump. Okay. So no matter what happens, we're getting a bullish moon after, like I said, 1, 2, 3 accumulation. Okay. You're going to see every influencer out there drawing this line here with their open mouth thumbnail saying this is an inverse head and shoulder, yada yada yada. That's cool. That can play too. But this is the thing, is that we have somewhat, I would say we have somewhat accumulated finally in this range. Okay. The only thing that really stands in our way is going to be this high up in here at 65,000. We need to take out this high, and then we look for our gig along. Okay, so if we're gonna push up here, right, we need to take this high in order to look for this low. This low is going to be the money maker. This is going to be where I'm looking. If we take this high over here, I'm going to be looking for that inverse perpetual trade where I'm making Bitcoin against Bitcoin, and I'm looking to make lots of money on it. And that would be my idea going into this US election and Pumptober. So that's kind of like the bullish case. Now we look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's holding strong. What happened today, right? What happened today is we had a breakout of this flag finally on dominance. So dominance has finally broke out. OC retest twice and has started to rip to the upside. Target being 60%. Why 60%? That is our Fibonacci perfect retracement level. If we're looking at what happens, we're looking for a perfect retracement level from our Fibonacci zone from top to bottom here to hit that area and reject down. Now, this will take time, much longer than others. Typically, it breaks and then it retests and then it actually breaks. We're looking for this. We're looking for this for altcoin season, right? So we're looking for this to get up here, break this, and then roll over, right? And that's the money making machine there in our altcoins. Then I'm looking at Dixie here. The Dixie is now at critical support at that 100 level. We all know this, right?
Yep.
What happens when we lose that support? When Bitcoin loses that support, you see my vertical lines. This is the Bitcoin price. Every time we lose that critical support on the dollar index, what happens? We go boom. Okay. We go boom on the Bitcoin price. You can see it every time we lose the support here. What happens? Fly, fly, fly. TradeFly's got his wings out, man. The guy's flying. Okay, so that's another thesis. Now, I even went to beyond market cipher and showed you the chart prime breakout of the RSI prime oscillator. Okay, we have had a downtrend on RSI forever. We are finally breaking that as we speak. Okay, you want to see an even bullisher one? Go to the 3-day. You go to the 3-day on your prime oscillator. You have this big downwards trend line. Okay, there it is. We'll draw it for you. Massive downwards trend line here. But you also have a clipping, which I showed you guys this. You clip here, you bullish divert, you take the next lower higher low, and you press buy. Okay. You also have a blue peak seeker here with confirmation. This to me is bullish as F. If you start to get above this and you get above the 50% line on your prime oscillator, you get above here, you're flying. Okay, you're flying. Accumulation pushing up. Now, into my market cipher analysis. I've been saying this forever. If this one was big, if this pump here was big, imagine what this one will be if we are looking at the same pattern but at a bigger size. So you see the head and shoulders with the trigger wave. You got the head and shoulders, but it's much bigger with the trigger wave on the weekly time frame. What were we doing here? We were doing a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful funnel, or whatever people are calling this. This is a
So there's
broadening wedge, right?
I've talked about a couple
And
things
then
on this chart specifically that you're looking at. One, it
and the
almost looks like a
broadening wedge
massive
here.
bull flag. And the other one it looks like is a massive cup and handle. That's the two patterns I see. when I zoom out and look
There's
at
your
the
cup and
weekly.
handle, right?
Yep.
And this is the exact same pattern to rocket ship us up here. When we hit that trigger wave, we pumped 180%. We did not stop. If you're looking at a weekly, we did not stop, right?
Yeah.
6 months of accumulation, and we're getting a trigger wave again on Market Cipher with green money flow this time, posturing to the upside, trigger wave. It's looking juicy to me. And the thing is everybody who knows my trading knows that I don't really care about the macro, but things are just pointing up in my opinion. They know me. I come in and I trade the market open. I take my 1% and I leave. Like this morning, I made my money right here. I shorted this and I made all my money this morning and it was perfect. We came up, like you said, that accumulation all the way up, hit key resistance. I took the short here, got out here, and then I went and hung out with my son while it pumped. I didn't need this move to make my money today, right? So, I mean, there's many ways to make money in this market, but overall, I'm bullish, man. And I hate to admit it, but I'm super bullish. Like I'm starting to get into that like maybe I need to go to a doctor or something bullish. Like because if we start to break out above that high at 65,000, I could see like that doesn't mean we don't come back down and revisit tomorrow and any of this. But if once we close above here, I think we're gone.
Yeah. I'm not against it,
I hope
man.
I
I'm
still
not
I
against
hope
it.
I sold my case, man. That's it. Like
All I gotta
besides
say.
that, up and down will make our money, man. Because I love crushing these markets. I trade short term time frames and I make my money that way. But for hodl positions, man, I don't see this lasting much longer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I,
Look how high USDT dominance is too, man. It's crazy, right? We're ready for a rollover here, right?
yeah.
We're almost 6% retesting. Double
Bro.
top, rollover.
Yeah, man. I mean that's some solid macro TA. Something, yeah, like you said, I don't see that a lot from you, man. Uh I like it.
I tried
I
to
like
cook
it.
one up for you, man. I
I like
tried to
it,
do
man.
my best, man.
I don't know what's going on. Looks like you're a little bit frozen here right now. Let me see. Let me check the other screen real quick. Oh, what's going on there? Where'd you go? Your screen looks good. For some reason, you look frozen on the corner there. You still there? Or did I lose you? Still handsome. I appreciate that. Let me check the control room. Hey, do me a solid. Um, just refresh your.
I'm back.
There you are. You're back.
Yeah. I was enjoying typing, man. I
Yeah.
was like, man, we're gonna do the rest of the show like this, man.
I love it.
We gotta be solution based in this YouTube world, man. That's it. Yeah,
I
but
dig it.
for the rate cuts, I mean, get your popcorn out, wait, be patient. Like I stress patience, right? Any move like this creates liquidity. So we have created liquidity on the way up here. There's been no real retest back into this area here. So there'd be no surprise for us to come back down to grab this liquidity. You see the heat map.
Okay, so it sounds like you're not coming through on the audio, even though I hear you. Apparently, they don't hear you. So do me a solid and just log out, log in. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. He's gonna log out, log back in, and hopefully we'll get him up here. But with that being said, man, dude, Alex Alex is a beast. Let me go ahead and mute the music there. I guess you guys don't need that again. Actually, maybe you do. I think I see him back here. Let me see. Alex, you there? All right. I can hear you okay. I do hear the little clicking noise that we had an issue with. So there's something there that you might need to reset. Let me
Adjust,
know.
yeah. Oh, is that it there?
Nah, still doing a little bit.
Am I back?
Yep, you're good. All right, we're
Okay,
back. But
perfect.
let's see. Anything else that you wanted to show us on the charts, or is that
I think that's it. Like it's just like you're gonna have turbulence, right? If anything in crypto, there's going to be turbulence. And if you're not able to withstand that turbulence, how are you going to be able to make that money? And just exactly what you said is you need to pay yourself, man. Like there was things like I bought render at $3 and I'm like worrying about round tripping it.
mm-hmm.
So I could have paid myself at whatever it got to. I think it was $12, right? I put 10 grand into render. I could have, walked away with 30 grand, clean my hands, whatever, right? And those are lessons as well, right? I am long-term time horizon, just like TradeFly, but some coins, you don't marry your bags, right? Don't marry your bags, take your profits, and hopefully we can all enjoy a big bull run.
Yeah, well, I'll be rolling around on golf carts, man.
Absolutely,
Y'all need to
man.
see those, man. There's
Absolutely.
we got a lot of AI pictures with otters on golf carts, miner jets, like all kinds of stuff. I think Army Piper has a tank, but dude, one day that
Of
would
course.
be absolutely hilarious if we're all
Let's do Vegas, man. Hopefully I can get down to Vegas with the little one. That would be cool.
that's an easy
That
flight
would
for
be
me,
cool.
dude. That's less than an hour. Takes me, I think, like 50 minutes. So
That would be really cool. If we're all set up, me and the missus and the little one's okay. I mean, why not?
yeah, let's do it. There's some good golf out there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That'd
buddy.
be fun.
I need to get fitted, man. I was gonna go fit it for some PXGs, and then I decided not to. I was like, you know what? I need to make sure that my swing is tight and that I got that kind of
Mm-hmm.
dialed in before I go get fitted. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
because
to.
then they're gonna fit you wrong, man.
Yeah,
You gotta get swinging them clubs again.
that's it. That's it,
You got good
man.
weather. You got all your weather down there, man. You
All
set.
year, all year.
I mean,
It's
I'm already playing in a vest.
that's gonna be a hard pass for me, man. I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Yeah, it's a little cold out this morning. I think we'll do this another time." Like, and
Absolutely.
it's nothing like what you have to do in Canada. So,
Yeah, we
oh
do
man.
indoor like simulators.
So I'm thinking about I want to open one of those locally where I live.
Yeah,
So
man, they can be automated too. They're really good, man. Easy, low maintenance,
so they have a
money
like
money making machine.
a place that I went to down in Texas, like they have it set up like really really nice. They do food and drinks and all that stuff. It's a whole kind
Hmm.
of experience. Like you have kind of like I think there was a couple bays that were down on the end that were for like a little bit more serious, like, hey, I'm here to just hit the simulators. And then like the rest
Yeah,
of it was like kind of that bar slash restaurant like feel. And dude, it
that's
was
cool.
super, super nice. The food was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm in love. I love this place.
Yeah.
And like, of course, you can play like any of like the major golf courses around the world on the simulator. And I think it was a good simulator too, because the picture on it was phenomenal. It wasn't like, it did not look like an arcade game. It looked pretty
Yeah.
legit, man.
They're
So
they're serious now, man. Like we play them all winter, right? And it's funny, like Canada, you just get a whole bunch of stoners in there on a Friday night playing golf. It's hilarious, man. And like
yeah,
I don't participate in that, but it's just like it's a good time, man. And I mean, it's a night out with the boys that isn't, where you're getting into trouble. You're just swinging golf clubs, right?
yeah,
It's good
no,
fun.
dude, we love it. Like me and my boys, we go at least, I mean, we don't go every week, but we try to go at least like every other week. So
Nice.
definitely a
Man,
good
we're gonna get
time.
out then, man. Vegas, hopefully.
Let's do it.
Hopefully. I will obviously let you know.
Let's do it. I'm in. Like I said, it's an hour away. So I'm in.
Oh, I'm getting an alert on Jasmine right now.
Dude, so what do you think about Jasmine? I
Jasmine's gonna rip.
I was a fan of that a long time ago. Like 2 years ago, I made a speculative play on Jasmine and it popped. it pops pretty hard.
Jasmine's breaking out of a bull flag right now,
Is it?
looking juicy. Yeah, so if people
Got
are
it up?
interested, you might be wanting to look to jumping along on Jasmine. It's not there yet, but breakout retest is initiated.
You got it on your chart right now? Yep, you do.
Right now you wait for it to come back to Papa, right? Easy risk management strategy here. Look to take this up. You can check it in the morning, see if it worked. TradeFly and mark out your support and resistance. Don't be greedy. Go up here, little that, nice little. Look at that, 2-3% gains, easy all day. Boom, trigger, entry, and go, right? So you keep it simple. You got an inverse head and shoulders here on market cipher looking to push up, right? It's very simple. You can see exhaustion on the wicks here, right? Perfect little retest of previous highs. Okay, that's that, right? So you got that perfect retest of highs. This is a continuation pattern, very simply going into the low to the high here. Golden pocket bounce as well. Okay, so it's all lining up here for a little bit of a Jasmine trade if you're interested in a trade tonight. Okay, for me, I don't like trading after dark because I like to sleep. But that's totally up to you guys. But they're there, man. They're there.
Similar.
If you're set, that's why you set alarms, right? Alarms are magic.
It will ruin a night. There is no doubt about it, man. The good news now.
We've all been there, man. Checking it on the phone and shit. Like, oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Dude,
man.
it's painful.
I don't miss that.
Nah.
Don't do it anymore. I just don't do it to myself.
The bad part is I sleep during the day now. So like I miss most of the action. So I'll catch kind of that morning push like when I'm doing the show. But other than that,
into if you want to trade, like just go into like even get a Lux algo. It has it's called it's free. It's called Sessions. So Sessions, Lux algo. Throw this up and look, you don't need that New York session to make money. Asia's pretty great. Sydney's good too. London's good too. Look at the move in London.
I love
right?
You're like,
so,
you don't need that New York session with like the biggest wick on the whole thing. Like
you don't need this to make the money.
You don't need it where all that money is. Don't you worry about that. just the biggest wick on there.
This is Jasmine. You don't the New York session.
You don't need this. This is little. This is little. You know, it's all good. Cool, man. That's
I made
my
money here this morning. That was it. Little leverage, 1% a day. Look at this.
I'll check that out.
Right?
There you go, man.
And I got receipts too, so that's important as well. If you're a
trader, you
should always have receipts. Yeah.
I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been trading as much as I used to.
Come over and hang out in our trading group. I'll hook you up.
I know. I mean, it's one of those things with like working nights is crazy, dude. It is crazy. Like I get off 7 o'clock.
I used to do it in construction. Yeah. It's no life. Yeah.
It's not like this is the time. Like if I was gonna trade, I'd be trading like right now.
So take the Jasmine trade.
All right. You know what? I'll do that for you.
Oh man.
I'll do that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna schlong Jasmine.
Yeah. I think Jasmine can move, man. I think Jasmine can move. There's a lot of things, you know. If you set alarms, you know, Tia is one of them. Super had an amazing move. Sui has been moving like an absolute beast lately.
Yeah.
You just got to pick your poison. Beam has had some good moves as well. So pick your poison. I know you're good with your risk management, and then execute your trades, right?
Yeah. One of the things I've been doing recently is when I find a level that I really, really like, you know, I was talking about 50K for the longest time for Bitcoin, right? Like it was months, like 2 months. And I did that live on stream. I was like, you know what? I believe in this. I have conviction. There's liquidity there. There's a support level there. And so I just put a limit order. It was just a spot. You know, I didn't put any leverage on it. I put a spot buy, and, you know, I put a large amount of capital on Bitcoin because I was like, I think it's going to go there. And it took, you know, over a month, probably 2 months for it to actually get down there. But that's kind of how I've been playing it, you know, based on how my life is right now. So I'm just making those like larger time frame, you know, swing trades essentially. You know, that's probably
That's
where
massive,
I'm at
man.
right now in life, to be honest. So
Yeah, I took a long at 51,000 here all the way up here. So that was mint. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that's an amazing call. Like thank you, Japan. But yeah, amazing
Thank you,
call,
Japan.
right?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's awesome.
Right on, dude. All right, man. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this one up, dude. I really appreciate you coming on, man. I love having you on. It's always a good time. Definitely have to come over and visit your community at some point as well. You guys are awesome over there.
Of course.
So let me go ahead. I have your socials in the description down below, but let me go ahead and bring up. I think I brought up your channel yesterday. So you know what? Let me bring up your X today. How about that?
Oh no,
Follow.
she can stay home. She can go away.
What are you talking about?
My ex. You're talking about my ex?
No, not your, your Twitter, man. Come on. All right. Let me pull this up here. All right, Cap, TradeFly. Oh, there you are. You're FD again. At least you're consistent.
That's all right. I love it. You're gonna have to switch that all back tomorrow night.
I know. I know. The thing is, so what happened is I set up everything for the trio because I thought it was going to be a 3-man show.
Yeah,
And
and he
then,
wasn't feeling well.
yeah, FD wasn't feeling well. So just so you guys know, quick little
That's all
prayer
right.
out there for
Send our
FD.
prayers.
Get
Yeah.
him back. Hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, so everything was set up for a trio, and then I had to flex pretty quickly and switch everything back. So just getting your picture and your camera like thing set up was that was a win in itself. So I think the show went relatively well for what I had to do. But yeah, go check out AlexOCrypto here on X, not his X, but the X.com. And I do believe your O at the end is actually a 0. Is that correct?
It is a
All
0.
right.
Someone stole
Somebody
my
stole
O,
your
man.
stuff, huh?
Someone stole my O. Because it used
Dude.
to be my name, and then I switched it because it was a bit too
Yeah.
personal, in my opinion. I didn't think I would be, getting a following. I didn't plan for that. I just wanted to make money, and press buy and sell. But here we are.
Dude, so I wanted to have TradeFly without the 8. And
Hmm.
somebody, like their account, now I guess I just pop up as
Yeah,
that
you're the
guy.
OG. Who cares? You trade
Yeah.
fly 8, man.
I was
It's my
trying.
favorite number too, man. So
It's a great number. It's a great number.
yeah.
The grade 8. Let's see. Yeah, so like whoever had that account, they got like suspended. So like there's no way for me to even be like, "Hey dude, can I get that?" Like it's just it's
Yeah.
ghost. Like
They were
whatever they
probably took your pictures from your soccer days and were posting them everywhere or something,
Nah, I'm
Hot
no
man.
nobody knows who I am. So, um, only in Podunk, Maryland, where and that's only people that are my age probably knew who I was at one point. All right. Other thing is, we're gonna push people over to Billy Goat Tales. We are a little bit late. Looks like there's about 31 people in there right now. So, Crux is in there. He's kind of the focus for tonight. So go support him. He is definitely part of the fam. So we would appreciate that. And with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Much love to you guys. Thank you for staying through the whole show. This one went a little bit long actually, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Alexo dropped some really really good alpha. The charts on the macro perspective were awesome tonight, so we appreciate that. People were showing you some love in the chat as well. So as always, if you guys enjoyed the show tonight, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. We would truly, truly appreciate that. And we're going to get out of here, and I will pass it over to Alexo for the outro.
Guys, this is a great show, and we're trying to blow it up over the morning show, so we'll continue to show up here, smashing like buttons, subscribing, and all that stuff. But man, you guys are family. I appreciate you having me on. I'm glad I could step up today and help you out. And God bless you, man, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. And don't work too hard on those night shifts, man. That's why you take them, so you don't have to work too hard. So mad love, bro.
Oh,
Have a good
dude,
night.
the night shifts for me are crazy. I'm like flying operationally, so I'm doing wild stuff for sure. So it's a blessing and a curse, man. So, but yeah, we'll get out of here, man. Thank you again for coming on. Have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.
You can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.